the team down I-77, Gamecocks. I'm not,
All right, matter of fact, we can talk about that because we didn't get to do this last week. We can talk about that.
they had a
I'm gonna
scrimmage
be
today,
real.
if I'm not mistaken.
I'm gonna be so real, bro.
First.
I feel very confident about South Carolina, bro. Oddly confident, alarmingly
Ooh.
confident. I'm be for real, dog. I feel,
Nope. There you go.
yeah.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Nah,
Nope.
dog.
I'm at a 5.
I'm gonna tell you something, bro. I'm gonna tell you
Yeah.
something, man. I'm gonna tell you what's different, bro. We got
It's
we
something
we
different
got
every year.
we got.
Every time of the year, you do this. It's something different,
No, I
and
don't.
it's the
No, I
same.
don't. Don't lie. Do not lie on me because I am not this optimistic. And do not do that. Come on now.
You go
Don't ever disrespect
opportunity
me like
hater.
that. Yeah, bro. Don't ever disrespect me like that, bro. I am not optimistic for real, bro. Cut that out. I'm telling
Listen,
you.
hey,
Here's what I'm saying, bro. Here's what I'm gonna say. Rocket Sanders, Lenore Sellers, the receiving core, which I think is a lot faster of a group, a lot more explosive of a group. Guys like Nick Harbor, guys like Tashawn Russell. What's homie from the transfer from Coastal? I can't remember his name right now.
Jared
He
Brown.
like
Jared Brown.
been around.
Jared Brown. Yeah, I think the offensive line, I feel like it will be improved. The defensive line also, I think, is improved. I think we're going to see a better version of what we saw last year. I'm only basing us on what we've been. I'm not basing us on. I'm not comparing us to LSU, Georgia, all them. I'm not doing that. I'm only talking about, do I think we're going to improve upon what we were last year? Absolutely, I do. I'll stand on that.
I saw SEC Mike. Once I find the tweet, I'm gonna send it to y'all. He got us going 8-4. He can see us going 8-4.
Okay.
He can see us knocking off. I'd be forgetting about Texas A&M. We play Texas A&M, and then I'd be forgetting about LSU on the defense side. Offense, probably gonna shoot it up. That game probably gonna be high scoring, possibly. But LSU can be a swing game, and then I think Kentucky as well. Clemson, I'm not saying shit on. I mean, I'm not saying nothing on Clemson because I just nah.
I don't know.
I ain't
I
gonna.
have no idea what they got going on. I mean, whether they
I
struggle
ain't.
or whether they get
They
it figured
good.
out.
They had a scrimmage today. They had a scrimmage today too. But whatever.
I have no thoughts on the boys until we. I usually don't think about them until the season starts. Until like we get to like
Yeah.
games, and I don't really think too much. Like
However,
yeah, my
however they play against Georgia, that'll let me know. That'll let me know something.
that's gonna tell us everything about Clemson. I don't know whether to care about what they got going on. Whether depending on how that game goes. I mean, they'll compete defensively. We know they got. We know they always keep a. They always keep a solid defense. They always keep a defensive lineman or two.
I mean,
That's going to be it's going to be a first round pick. Um,
mhm.
we'll see. But like I said, I'm highly optimistic about South Carolina right now. Again, um, just based off the quarterback, based off the quarterback alone, I think we've never seen us go into a year with a true dual threat that can actually throw the ball. Because like every other quarterback would be, we can go through the list. We can go through the list of black quarterbacks.
That's exactly you read my mind, bro. You read my mind.
You can go through the list. What's the Brandon McElwain couldn't throw? What's the other? Who was a kid, bro? Who was it? Who?
We had some Bill Newton.
I don't be so for real, bro. That's so
That was
before
way
me.
back in the day. That was way back in the
Like,
day.
I
Lorenzo
wouldn't even.
Nunez. Lorenzo Nunez, the
Lorenzo
last one I
Nunez,
remember.
Lorenzo
yeah,
Yeah.
Nunez.
yeah. He pissed me off.
Then he transferred.
I think he
He
transferred like to
trained.
Kennesaw State or some shit. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
somewhere Atlanta. He came from Atlanta, and
Yeah,
that's who's supposed to be next up. After Dylan Thompson, but that, as you can see, that
yeah.
2015 season was a cluster, cluster,
It was. It was indeed a
and
cluster.
yeah, it wasn't. And it's shocking, bro. We did not lose Debo not one time during that whole, what I'm saying, during that whole debacle, the whole Muschamp and everything, man.
He's loyal,
I
bro.
mean,
Shout out to
no,
Debo
facts.
Samuel,
Loyalty,
bro.
No, yeah,
it's loyalty.
loyal to the soil for real, man. But I mean, really, I mean, I'd be honest, man. There ain't. I don't really got too much to say about South Carolina other than we don't know anything because we don't get to see anything until the first game gets played. So we are waiting. I mean, what's the first game? September. That's the first week of September, right? The
August
season
thirty
opener.
first.
Yep.
August thirty
August thirty
first.
August first.
first.
Yeah.
ODU.
So for
August.
Yeah.
yeah, so we got what 21 more days, 3 more weeks. And so I mean,
I'm
we're pretty much
excited,
just gonna be
bro.
speculating everything until the season starts, man. But do we want to go ahead and hit
Well,
USA basketball, or do we
hold
want
on
to?
before we move on. Let me ask you a question.
What's up?
I know I was just staying on like USC football. What game is going to pretty much like define what you think of the season? Like what early game? Because for
Kentucky.
me, it's always
Kentucky. It's got to
Kentucky.
be Kentucky.
It's
Yeah.
always Kentucky, bro. Like
Mhm.
is I wanted to mention that because we somehow can never get an edge over them. And I feel like if the way we play against Kentucky is gonna, to me, is gonna define how we play the rest of the year. Like like
Well, we
LSU to
always
me.
Look, LSU. Here's the thing, like you said earlier, Ace. SEC might have us winning that LSU game, which would be those would be two pivotal games that would change how you look at the season. If you were to beat Kentucky and LSU, everything about your year looks different. Your
Mhm.
expectations now go from, hey man, let's just get a bowl game, let's win maybe 7 games, to, oh, hold on, bro, like, hey man, we make a play for something. You
yeah.
keep stacking them up, like, oh damn, we're actually in contention. Okay, now with 12 teams in the playoff, now that looks a lot different. You're at least competing to be at least in the mix of something. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Again, a win over LSU Kentucky would totally change how every South Carolina fan will look at the rest of the season going forward. Now it'll still end up being what it usually is, which will be on the outside looking in. But like, you at least have some hope.
I'll tell you. I'm gonna piggyback real quick. I'm gonna tell you what's a good confidence builder. Also, the SEC Mike said if we can beat Oklahoma, because Oklahoma O line is supposed to be terrible this year,
Mhm.
apparently. So with ID line, you know what I'm saying, I think that's a good game. Dylan Stewart, that'd be a
Yeah,
good coming out party for Dylan Stewart. That game right
but
there.
there are a lot of SEC teams that we know very little about in terms of whether they're or um whether they're going to be competitive. Oklahoma is one of those teams that, like, offensively, they don't have a quarterback that I necessarily know anything about. And
Mhm.
they'll have some receivers. They tend to always keep a couple, but we don't know much about their offense in terms of whether they have a quarterback. Like you said, you're already hearing things about the offensive line possibly being a bad unit this year. There are a lot of SEC teams that have a lot of questions at the quarterback position. That's very clear, because outside, how much do we think of Carson Beck? Like, Carson Beck to me is Carson Beck, the kid from Brady Cook from Missouri,
Missouri. Mm-hmm.
Bama, Jalen Milroe. There ain't too many
Dart.
guys that I'm just Jackson Dart. Yeah, there ain't too many guys that I'm necessarily that I'm necessarily afraid of. There's a lot of question marks all over the league. So I just don't feel strongly about the SEC at all in terms of who who's going to be who. And with no Nick Saban, there is no definitive answer about what Bama's going to be either. So I mean, we're truly looking at this is probably Kirby Smart's SEC for the next decade until somebody says
Unfortunately.
otherwise. Yeah,
Unfortunately.
Mhm.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
but I
Yeah, that's
mean,
that's pretty much I can think of, man. Like Pete, just this answer off you, bro. I think I'm optimistic about us as well. I still stand at 7-5 for right now.
yeah, I'm still saying
Anything
it's a
change?
five.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't know, D. What you sound like you?
yeah.
I
Well, I
don't
mean,
know,
what's the
D.
record
Son,
since you sound like
what's
that? I
your
mean,
record, bro? Yeah, we
what's
never
the
heard your
record?
record. Yeah, yeah.
I go 6-6. 6-6, yo. I only okay 7-5, but a star on 6-6. It's just
What's
the early
what's the pivotal
games.
game? What's the game do you think we'll get that gets us to 75? Because to get to 75, there's gonna have to be a game that's gonna be kind of dicey that
Three
we
games
that
we
we
got
will
no
have to
business
pull out.
winning. Three games we had no business winning.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you got you.
I'll say this though. I know we talked about Kentucky, but I think we beat Kentucky. I think once we get past Akron, uh, Ole Miss could be one. You know what I'm saying? Because Ole Miss is pretty good.
They're making
Um,
that a night game.
Yeah,
I bet $100 on it. They make
that's
that a night
definitely
game.
gonna be a night game. That's definitely
Yeah,
Alabama being well. Yeah, I mean, nah, but I mean,
I'm.
give me Mizzou. We gotta beat Mizzou.
Mm-hmm,
Hot too.
Um,
mm-hmm,
and
At home this year too. Got to get it
at
done.
home,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and I say, it's a toss up between Oklahoma and A&M. You got to be
A&M
one
for
of
sure
those two.
won.
To
A&M
be
A&M
for
for
cr-
sure
sure.
won.
So
to be real, with A&M's at home this year, are we on the road? Are we on the road
we
to
at home.
Norman?
That's
They come to
homecoming.
us.
That's
It's the
homecoming.
homecoming game.
Why is that homecoming?
Now, for some reason, Beam has yet to win. Well, the past 2 seasons, I know we know for a fact how last homecoming went. With Florida. So,
Yeah,
man,
that's gonna be a
that game
bad
made
day,
me
bro. I don't
crash
think. I
out,
don't
bro.
think oh yeah, no, Florida. Yeah,
We
I was
played
beside,
good to
I
the
was
last
beside
5 minutes.
myself. I was beside myself during the Florida game. But
We played
yeah,
good
dog.
last year.
Yeah.
So A&M is definitely one, D. And
A&M is
what you think
definitely
the other
one, but
one?
it's the other one is either between I say Ole Miss
Mm-hmm,
or and Missouri. Missouri
mm-hmm.
is definitely another one, bro. Like that's like a must win for us too. Missouri is slowly becoming what Kentucky is, a team that we
that's a bit different though, because Missouri's good.
really.
Yeah, Missouri's actually
Okay.
good. They actually they got real athletes that can actually play. You know what I'm saying? Kentucky, I never believed. I don't give a damn what Kentucky was doing. I never believed no Kentucky team was better than us at any point. I don't care
No,
how many games they win. They can go 10-2 forever. I ain't never believed Kentucky got a better football team than we have. I never believe it. And I think it's getting back down to what it's about to be, what it used to be, which Kentucky used to be
Yeah,
it used to be a dub. It
just
used to be a
basketball
dub.
school. Turn it back to a
Yeah,
basketball
exactly.
school.
And they ain't gonna be that no more. Yeah, they ain't gonna have nothing, bro. Them boy about to rise up,
they
bro.
about to they about
Them
to
boy,
be in the water. They about to be
nah,
Vandy.
nah, real
Not
spill.
bad.
Nah, for real,
they,
bro.
they about to be
Bro,
Hey,
Vandy. You hear me?
nah, for real, bro.
hey.
Blue Vanderbilt, bro. It real spill.
I
Got the
just don't
party
want
got
us to
started.
get to that point. I just want
Oh,
Beam
we not gonna
to
get there.
take. I just want Beam to take last season as a lesson learned. I think the O line. I forgot who it was. They said the whole O line
Me.
the month of May they took last year personal. The O line knows they read the tweets. They took last year personal. So they just need to show it on the field. They show it on
You
the
I'm
don't need
glad.
to be
field. Low
reading no
Lewis can
tweets,
Hey
bro.
man,
deliver.
I'm glad them boys can read, but can you block?
Yeah, block,
I say, hey,
block.
you don't need to be reading no tweet. You need to be watching that tape.
You should
The
have been.
proof of the
Hey,
pudding.
look, bro. If you want to do something, bro, for real, you should have been blocking them accounts, bro. Y'all ain't blocking nothing else.
Yeah. Because it's a damn shame last year, North Carolina game, North Carolina sent a 3-man rush, and
Mhm.
y'all getting y'all asses whooped on the line off a 3-man rush. Like, what are we doing here, guys?
Boy, terrible, bro.